Developing this morning, boys, Steve Keeley's certainly busy. We have two shootings to tell you about happening overnight. A 71-year-old man shot and another man dead after being shot in the chest. So let's get out to Steve.
All right, Thomas, we have the latest murder happening sometime, but not till discovered till 12:53. And I say sometime because a man walking his dog found the man dead here next to the Logan Library in North Philadelphia. So he was shot 3 times, and if we can go to the video, you'll see the crime scene unit out there, and they got a metal detector, and then they finally found the bullet shells not too far from the man's body. Now, police were holding a sheet up. Now let's go to the other story, where a 71-year-old out for Chinese takeout late at night near his house on North 10th Street, leaves the store with his food, and on the way home, he gets a couple blocks from his house, and 2 guys who may have been following him from the store think they're going to have an easy mark and rob him, and they hold him up with a gun and they shoot him in the leg. But little do they know, they messed with the wrong 71-year-old who brought his old-fashioned 6-shooter revolver with him and suddenly fires back at them as they run for their lives. And he doesn't know if he shot him, but police were checking hospitals to see if anybody came in with bullet wounds and a made-up story.
When he was just about 2 blocks from his home, 2 males exited from a breezeway. They announced a robbery. At that time, the 71-year-old pulled his gun, and there was an exchange of gunfire between the 71-year-old and these 2 individuals that were attempting to rob him. And that's when our 71-year-old victim was shot 1 time in the leg. The 2 individuals, no description, were just last seen fleeing on foot in a westbound direction through a breezeway. That's where we did find 2 spent shell casings. We know those spent shell casings are from the perpetrators because our victim was carrying a revolver, and a revolver does not expel spent shell casings. They remain in the weapon.
And so if the 71-year-old got stabilized at the hospital, got help quick because people heard the gunfire and called police and helped their neighbor out. But here we go again, Thomas. A man, like so many Uber drivers, like so many people who are working overnight convenience stores, et cetera, arming themselves because they know there's so many armed criminals out there. And if you venture outside your house, no matter what time of day, whether you're just walking your dog or whatever, these people are paying attention to the news in this city, which seems to have an awful crime headline daily. And they're learning the hard way, and sometimes learning in person, that it was good that they did arm themselves, despite the mayor and everybody else saying it's not a good idea for everybody to go out and buy guns, even if they have a permit, to arm themselves, because we're going to have everybody shooting at each other. But in this case, even police will tell you off the record privately that it was good that guy had a gun, because who knows if he would have been shot and killed, even if he handed over everything he had, including his Chinese food. Thomas?
Yeah, certainly no one wants to be a victim, and some are getting ready. Steve, thank you. It is 5:35.